Do you want to improve your pull-up strength? This one exercise will drastically improve your pull-up game, increasing your rep count and making it possible to work on harder exercises safely. Hey guys, Daniel Vadnal here for Fitness FAQs. Let's talk about the scapular pull. Scapular stability and positioning overhead is vital for being able to maintain good technique and is also directly responsible for how many pull-ups you can do. The scap pull will teach your body how to correctly position your shoulder blades in preparation for overhead pulling movements. By training this movement, you will have no issues being able to draw your shoulders down and back, making full use of your lats and mid-back muscles when you're doing your pulling. The technique is quite simple, but I must stress the importance of being strict with your form. Elbow positioning. Your elbows must be kept completely straight. This way we can preferentially focus on the action of the shoulder blades. I want you to start in a relaxed hang before each rep to allow the scapular pull to be completed through a full range of motion. Having our shoulder blades work through a full range of motion is exactly what we need to be prepared for in our training. I now want you to pinch your shoulder blades together as hard as possible. Picture that there's a coin between your mid-back, and I want you to squeeze it as tight as possible. This action will heavily stress your mid-traps and rhomboids, and these are very important scapular retractors. When you feel like you can't squeeze any further, draw the shoulder blades down towards your hips to fully engage the lats. I want you to pay attention to the speed of the movement. I'm working through the entire range of motion in a controlled manner, doing my best to hit full retraction and depression, pausing in the important phases of the exercise. For this variation, keep the rib cage down and maintain a hollow body position. I prefer this bracing variation as it emphasizes midline stability. I feel that this applies more directly to the pelvis and the rib cage assumed with our general pulling training. The last cue I find valuable is external rotation at the shoulder joint. I want you to focus on pulling the bar apart, and you should feel your arms spiral deeper into the shoulder socket. Doing this action really lights up the muscles on the back of your shoulder. Most of you watching my channel are working towards the elusive one-arm chin-up. Once you've mastered the two-arm scapular pull, start working on the assisted one-arm scap pull. By doing the exercise slower, you make sure that you teach your body how to activate from start to middle to end. If you do this properly, you won't have any weak links when initiating pull-ups if you pay your dues with the scap pull. By doing the exercise slower, you make sure that you teach your body how to activate from start to middle to end. To progressively increase the intensity of the assisted scap pull, place your assisting hand lower. A variation that I encourage you guys to play around with is the arched scap pull. Most people find this variation easier to enter full retraction and depression because of the arched back. My recommendation, use both this and the hollow body scap pull. Each of these movements have pros and cons with differing transferability based on your goals, so experiment and see which one you like more. When addressing weak links in our kinetic chain, the body will do everything it can to compensate and make things easier. These are some of the common mistakes I see which, if done, are a waste of time if the goal is increasing scapular stability. Arching the back without actually retracting and depressing the shoulder blades. This tends to happen a lot more commonly on the arched scap pull. I'd recommend leading with the shoulders and then allowing the back to naturally arch. If you focus on the arch, you'll be tempted to compensate with more arching and forgetting to focus on the scapular movement. This is one of the reasons why the hollow body scap pull is advantageous, because there's less room for cheating. Don't make the mistake of moving too quickly. When you move fast, you're missing out on using your muscles to activate through the entire range. You're skipping important aspects. If you do this, it results in having poor control, lower rep numbers, and frustration with progressing your pull-up goals. The last compensation is bending the elbows, because it's an easy substitute for scapular depression. This is the body's way of mimicking the scap pull mechanics without isolating and stressing scapular control. No bending of the elbows, not even a little bit. So to summarize, the scap pull is an absolutely fantastic drill for improving overhead scapular stability, specifically for pulling patterns. Take your time each rep, really focus on hitting end range retraction and depression. And my personal recommendation for the most transferability to common calisthenics skills, use a hollow body core shape. Cheers for watching everyone, drop a thumbs up on this video if you learned something new, subscribe to Fitness FAQs and click that bell button to never miss a new weekly video. And before you go, if you want to master your body weight, I'm going to save you guys heaps of time and frustration. Go to fitnessfaqs.tv for calisthenics training programs and online coaching.